Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to our fourth and final part of our Let's Build a Mountain Retreat. I have it paused now because I did a lot of work in this episode, and there's a lot to cover, so I wanted to get the intro out of the way, and we will begin now. So I started over here, finishing up the living room, and this episode is all about, similar to last episode, the interior, except this time I really got into the furnishing of this house and really making it look nice. I can't remember if I did the master. I did not do the master last episode. So yeah, we have a lot to cover today. I'm starting in the kitchen, and again, just like the last episode, if you saw that, I am going by just kind of moving the camera myself versus actually setting waypoints for it. I know it's not as cinematic and the effect isn't there, but this is the last time I'm going to do the interiors for this Let's Build. In the future, I will just do, I'll just do, what's the word I'm looking for here? The exterior. Oh my goodness. It's that kind of day. So I played around with a few different hood designs, as you saw, but I got this one that I liked. I wanted to go for a little more modern, even though the build itself is kind of in this much more mountainous area. So I did some dark oak doors for the pantry area. I did the refrigerator here, used the debug stick, if you've seen that tutorial. And then I extended the island out one more block just so I could fit 4 stools evenly across the end like that. I think I worked over on I think that's it for the kitchen. Oh yes, the shelving, and I also did some clear item frames in here. I was trying to get the command right. It's very picky, even with the caps. So I got some clear item frames in here and did some slabs for cabinet handles, which you will see here. So there we go. I used similar to the hood, the polished andesite slabs for handles, and I spaced them out ever so slightly so it kind of looks like they all have each individual door with hinges. I did deep slate for the tile in the kitchen, and I ended up continuing that over into the laundry room, which I am now realizing I forgot to furnish. But truthfully, there were a lot of rooms, specifically upstairs, that I didn't actually fully furnish, but I will go back and post pictures on my website for sure on a later date. I was just ready to be finished with this house, but I got the bulk of the interior done. So now I was playing around with a dining table. I did 6 chairs with spruce, I did some slabs on there as well. And then with the debug stick, I went and made the handle part of those doors so it's the lower texture. And then I was experimenting with some light designs, but I eventually got a design I was really happy with. I did this alternating look with some end rods here, so we also get the light, but so the functionality is there as well as the aesthetic. And before long, I believe, oh yes, this was a really fun build to do. I decided to do a spiral staircase down to the main floor because we didn't have any stairs going down here, and I wanted to do something grand. I didn't want it to just be a boring old staircase, so I went for this awesome large spiral staircase. And I wanted the railing. I didn't want it to be closed in either, so I kind of experimented with a design here, and I was actually really happy with how it turned out. You can kind of see that right here. So again, using that birch, the slabs, to give it a little bit more of a curved design, and just really fine-tuning until I got that perfect spiral shape that I wanted. And now it was time to do the living room. There was a lot of space here, so I decided to fill it with a very big and grand fireplace. It would also help kind of tone down the roof up there just a little bit, because as I said in the previous episode, it was a lot of quartz happening. It was a bit much, so I'm happy with how the fireplace fit in. So I did some details with stairs and slabs just to make it have a little more depth, and then upside down stairs, and then these slabs on the corners like that. And then on the sides, I alternated every block with right side up and upside down stairs to give ourselves that design. I experimented with some shelves up above as well, and some walls, and then eventually I got a little carried away. I thought the detailing was getting to be a bit much, so I toned it down a little bit, which you will see here. But as for the base, I was very happy with how it turned out, so without further ado, I went in, filled in with glass, and I was debating between fire and campfires. I couldn't decide. Ultimately, I did decide to go with just regular fire on this. I was trying to see if there was a block that would let me place the fire with getting the smoke from the campfires. If any of you have any ideas on a way to get the regular fire on the block with campfire smoke below it, please let me know. That would be awesome. And then I put in some deep slate underneath as well, just to finish the floor. And then I wanted a really cozy lounge area over here, so I wanted something symmetrical, and I wanted it to line up with the fireplace as well. So I did the mangrove stairs for the couches, and then I did a couple tables with some blackstone, polished blackstone, and then I wanted almost like a shag carpet. So I went in here with some various shades. I was experimenting with an armchair. I went in here with various grayscale shades of carpet, and I got that, and I am really happy with it. So that was the lounge area, although it was still missing a little bit, it was missing something. I wasn't sure what, but I put in a very grand light fixture to fill the space above it. I did some shroom lights on those, which look awesome. And I did a floating wall shelf, which you'll see right over here in just a second. I did decide to go in and use black banners for some curtains, and I decided to close this one because there wasn't enough space to have that open. So now I was working on the floating shelf. I started with where I wanted the two bottom and top corners to be, and I just kind of randomly filled in with stairs and slabs until I got a design that I was happy with. And then I put in a few flower pots, some azalea trees into the flower pots, which I thought looked great. And where the walls weren't showing through on the other side, I went ahead and filled that in with bookshelves. And then I worked on a desk over here with a shelf. Same thing here with the bookshelves behind the stairs there. And where did I run away to? Okay, now I'm working on this side. So as I've been saying before, this is a very large, almost like a family reunion rental house, I suppose. So I wanted a lot of dining area. So on top of the seats that we have up here, I wanted a couple more large dining tables down here by the fireplace. Of course, with my design how I wanted it with the doors, this wasn't going to work with them one block apart, so I had to move it over one more, but I still wanted it centered with the fireplace. Well, I guess not. Never mind. I thought I did, but then I decided that this looked just fine. The only thing about using trapdoors on the table is you can't place anything on top of them, but in this case I really wanted it to match with the spruce pattern, so I just decided to stick with it, and ultimately I thought it was fine. And then I did the glass for the base. And then I was working on some maybe not. I thought I was doing some light fixtures. I suppose not. I did do a couch here in the corner just to fill in this space over here. Nothing too major or anything, and of course diagonal builds. They always look a little bit funky, but from a distance, they don't look horrible. Alright, I think... where did I go? Okay, master bedroom time. So I did a very big headboard, just something grand, sticking with the spruce pattern and brown, really to give it that lodge feel. And then a wardrobe over here, again in spruce. And then I did... ... Maybe, or is that the end of it? That very well could be the end of it. I did record this in 3 parts, so let me pull up the next part. Alright, so here we go for the second of the 3 parts. Now I was working on the bathroom. I remembered in the last episode that that fireplace kind of came down, so I thought I might as well add that into the bathroom, but it was a bit large, so I ultimately made it 1 block skinnier, which you'll see here in a moment. I wanted a separate room for the toilet, so I did that with a door, put a birch slab in there so that you could easily get in. And then right here, a walk-in shower and a large soaker tub. I experimented with some deep slate tiles, and you'll see eventually I extended these all the way across the wall. It had an awesome look to it. There, let me get out of the way here. You can see I extended that fireplace, made it 1 block smaller. And of course I lit it right in there. I did a nice cyan rug for the floor, some blue orchids, and a fern up top. 2 sinks in here, and brown towels for the towels, duh. And this is what I was talking about with the deep slate tiles. A very modern look to it that, oops, didn't mean to do that. Very modern look to it, and I was really happy with how this bathroom turned out. So then I was just finishing up in the bedroom. I did a little drawing a blank on what these borders around the ceiling are called, but I did one of those things. And then I included a small sofa right over here out of oxidized copper and a little desk right here with jungle wood. And then I just went through, add some aesthetic stuff, candles and paintings. And the painting I have above the bed is perfect for this room. You will see that in just a moment. I also did some carpet around the bed. Am I going to come place the painting? I was doing that one first. And then that is maybe the one I was... That's not the one. There's a better one that I placed down later on. And then I was experimenting here. I had this large wall, so I wanted to do... You know, there's no 2x3 paintings, so I just took a couple 1x2 paintings and placed 3 of them in a row. Alright, moving upstairs, this is a little lounge area next to the fireplace. I went with jungle wood for the furniture here, experimented with a few different chairs and couches. I decided to put one right in front of the fireplace, and then have a nice little seating area here with a couple floor lamps in each corner. I actually decided to go with 2, I'm going to wait until I finish building before I say what I did. 2 armchairs right here in front of the fireplace, perfect. Alright, and then where did I run off to now? Am I working in here? Ah yes, the pool room. Now if you recall from last episode, I said that these 2 were initially going to be bedrooms, but then I remembered bedrooms have to have windows, so I turned this into a swimming pool / sauna, which you will see here in a moment. Pretty happy with how this turned out, a very relaxing look to it. I wanted it to kind of be a separate room, so I did wall it off, and I did carve out a little section for a window there, and then the door off to the side, and then I put in a couple curves on each side, just like this, just to give us a little more less boxy shape to it. So same thing for the walls with the stripped birch, and then deep slate tile slabs for the ceiling, or polished deep slate slabs. In the pool, I went with some smooth basalt. It had a really nice look for that, matched the whole feel of the pool room. And then, of course, made the shallow end here, filled that with water, and then the sauna over here. Just a small little space, but it worked perfectly for this. Red nether brick in there. And I tried to experiment with placing a few different steam particles and whatnot inside. It did not work, unfortunately, but that is okay. The sauna, as long as we know that it's a sauna, that's all that matters. I was looking up for a while how to do those steam particles. I was very determined. And then I went through, added some towels on the walls, and then some lounge chairs, some normal chairs with tables. And that was our finished pool room. I was very happy with how this turned out. And then, of course, the window right in there. And now we head upstairs to the entrance, maybe? Oh, I just saw me. Yes, front porch here. I was a bit confused with what to do with this space right here because it was kind of a hallway to nowhere. It wasn't really big enough for a bedroom, and I wasn't really sure what to do with it. I ultimately left it alone later down the road, and I really need to keep track of myself a little better. Oh, never mind. That is the end of the second clip. Let me go ahead and load in the third. So now we are working on the bedroom just off of the front entry area. At first I experimented with a queen size bed, but there wasn't really a good spot in this room to do that, so I decided to go with a couple twin beds, and this could be a kid's room. So I did those facing in kind of opposite directions of each other, and I did a small little nightstand on each side with some lanterns. And then over here, I would do a shelf out of trapdoors, oak trapdoors, and spruce for the shelves themselves. And then in the bathroom, it's just a 3x4 bathroom, so not too much space. So I put in a tub shower combo and went through with the debug stick, made those panes not connect, and then filled in on the floor with some prismarine, just like that. And that was the bathroom and the kids' bedroom, although I did put in a couple paintings and other decor. That's the one I was thinking of, that awesome mountain sunset. And then a floor lamp with the shulker box. If you saw the hotel tutorial, that is a great way to do floor lamps for the lampshades. I put in some not shelves, a desk, and then some boards at the end of the bed. And then I just put in a small little lounge area over here. Again, with the mangrove, I used a lot of that throughout here. It has a very cozy look for the furniture. Over here, I put a small table, just a gray kind of, nothing too special. And then in the flower pot, I put an acacia sapling. And then I was working on the front entry room a little bit. I replaced the jungle planks with some polished andesite for tile, just because it's got to be a little more rugged, especially for the snow. It's got to be able to handle that. For the front doors, acacia doors on the outside, spruce on the inside. And I filled in this entire floor with dark oak slabs on the ceiling. It gave it a very cozy look. And I seem to have forgotten that I have world edit, but that is okay. But I think that is about where the tutorial, or not tutorial, the let's build comes to an end. Although if you guys would like a tutorial, let me know. I could do a tutorial of this house. But I will definitely post pictures of this on my website so you guys can check out the full final product, as well as I will have those shaders turned on. It's a bit much for these videos. It's hard to see, but it definitely looks awesome with those shaders turned on. And Look forward to the next Let's Build episode. That will be starting next week, I believe, on Wednesday or maybe Thursday. So make sure you are subscribed. You're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be an awesome Let's Build project, even bigger than this, if you can believe it. But that is going to be all for this mansion, this mountain retreat. Again, if you guys enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up button. Be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily videos as soon as I publish them. If you need to contact me, you can email me, contactoptimisticgamer@gmail.com, or DM me on Instagram or Twitter @optimisticgmr. If you have any requests for videos, you can leave that in a couple ways. The first is via the link that just appeared in the top right corner. The second is in the comments below. And be sure to head over to my website to check out that for updates, not exclusive, the exclusive stuff is on my Patreon, but updates, news, and a gallery page. But that is going to do it for this. Again, comment, like, subscribe. Remember to stay optimistic, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.